Brock Lesnar's name is back in the headlines for an exciting reason, so we'll see what that's about. We'll also check out what's going on with Rhea Ripley, Becky Lynch, and much more. Starting things off with Brock Lesnar. Brock still hasn't stepped inside the ring and hasn't been on WWE television at all since SummerSlam 2023. But everyone has assumed for months that he'll be back for Wrestlemania season, and according to the latest reports, that fan belief seems to be pretty accurate. New reports claim that Brock Lesnar is expected to make his WWE return very soon. Of course, the word soon is very vague when used by reports like these, but in this case, it definitely seems like soon is the right answer. Brock Lesnar is expected to return anywhere from Royal Rumble to deeper into the road to WrestleMania. And if he follows a similar schedule to the last few years, then we can definitely expect to see Brock Lesnar take part in a big program that starts from the beginning of the year and ends towards the midway point of the year. At this point, it's very hard to pick out something new for Brock Lesnar to do that he hasn't done yet in his legendary career. He definitely seems to be done chasing the WWE World titles, and he's faced every big name that's available in WWE. But the only dream matchup that continues to gain more buzz and hype around it as the time goes on is still the matchup of Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. It's a match that WWE first teased a few years back at Royal Rumble, and Gunther hasn't stopped talking about that dream match ever since. He desperately wants that match to take place in the future. A lot of fans thought it had a shot of happening at WrestleMania 39, but as we saw, they went in a different direction for both Gunther and Brock Lesnar at the event. And fast forward 1 year later, and fans once again think that the timing would be perfect to see the match go down at WrestleMania 40. Gunther is at an even higher level now than he was last WrestleMania season. He's defeated even more names, and he's in that same sort of atmosphere with Roman Reigns, where it just feels like no one truly has a chance of dethroning him at all. So considering that Gunther has ran through the entire WWE roster multiple times defending his title, the final test there would be a title defense against Brock Lesnar. Gunther even referred to Brock Lesnar in multiple interviews as his end boss. So he's more than on board for the match and feud. So what if this upcoming WWE return for Brock Lesnar that's coming up soon includes Brock Lesnar answering some sort of open challenge or promo from Gunther? That would be a pretty explosive return for Brock Lesnar and instantly start that build up to the biggest match of Gunther's historic title reign so far. And for an intercontinental title match, the stakes and feel will be on a whole other level. Gunther is trying to take down the biggest test of his entire title reign and prove to everyone that he's one of the greatest overall champions WWE has ever seen, while Brock Lesnar, on the other hand, is already established as one of the greatest superstars and talents of all time. But maybe he wants to prove it to himself and everyone else that he can still hang with the younger talent. Not only hang with them, but try and dethrone them of a title that he's never held before in WWE. So Gunther versus Brock Lesnar in 2024 does seem like an obvious route that just has to happen, either now, at the beginning of the year at WrestleMania, or deeper into the year. Bringing Brock Lesnar back and not having that match will really be quite the eye-opener. So hopefully it won't be a dream match for much longer, and it actually takes place sometime in the not too distant future. WWE is continuing to tease a couple of upcoming major feuds for Rhea Ripley. A couple of weeks ago, they teased Nia Jax being a big threat to Rhea Ripley. Well, now they're teasing Becky Lynch also being a big threat to Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley came out with a promo that addressed the entire women's division. She said that she was tired of people running around acting like they're controlling the division when they don't even have the title. Rhea even advised the winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match to select someone else and stay away from her, because it'll just end with them wasting their opportunity. Becky Lynch came out, giving us the first true face-to-face between these superstars in quite some time. During the years of 2022 and 2023, Becky and Rhea had brief stare-downs and small conversations backstage, but never anything to the length of this segment here in recent memory. Becky said that Rhea and herself are very similar in many ways. They both came from foreign countries to live out their dreams in WWE. They were an afterthought within the company at one point, but eventually broke through and took over the company. Becky did point out some big differences, though, between the two of them, just like how Becky has main evented WrestleMania while Rhea has not. Becky also said that Rhea has the strength of a bear, while Becky herself has the heart of a lion. Becky closed things off by saying that there was a tiny voice in her head telling her that Rhea Ripley may be better than her. But Becky is trying to ignore that voice in her head and prove it wrong. So Becky admitted right there that if she was to win the Royal Rumble, she's selecting Rhea Ripley in order to prove herself that she is better than Rhea. Rhea Ripley said that she does want Becky Lynch to win the Royal Rumble in order for that match to happen. Rhea even closed her remarks off by saying that she'll see Becky at WrestleMania. And a lot of fans think that this promo right here does basically lock in the fact that we'll see Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 40 for the WWE Women's title. It's been clear over the last few months that WWE was saving Becky versus Rhea for the grand stage of WrestleMania, and it looks like it's time for that program to officially kick off in the coming weeks. That promo exchange right there is definitely the prologue to this WrestleMania feud. There's no bigger feud or bigger match for Rhea Ripley to have right now than a collision with Becky Lynch. So it seems that's really the direction they're headed in. A lot of fans think it'll go down exactly how they said in the promo. Becky Lynch is a big favorite to win the 2024 Royal Rumble, and then she'll go on to challenge Rhea Ripley from there. And even if Becky doesn't win the Royal Rumble, there'll likely be another opportunity for Becky to become #1 contender through a match like the Elimination Chamber or something right around that time window. So it doesn't look like that was an empty promo exchange at all. It looks like that's confirmation that Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley is taking place at WrestleMania 40. The only big question that's still left to ask about the match is if they'll main event night 1 or not, because a lot of fans think it should be fair with the men's Royal Rumble winner getting the night 2 spot and the women's Rumble winner getting the night 1 spot. But the latest rumors in recent weeks had been that it'll be Roman and Cody in the night 2 spot via Cody calling out Roman, and CM Punk versus Seth Rollins in the night 1 spot via CM Punk winning the Royal Rumble. So that's the biggest question mark here, but it definitely seems like Rhea and Becky's feud will really unfold in the coming weeks, and the story is basically already set. Rhea needs to defeat Becky to show everyone that she really is the top dog of the women's division, while Becky Lynch desperately needs to defeat Rhea Ripley in order to prove to herself that Rhea isn't better than her. So it's definitely going to be one of the bigger WrestleMania programs for sure. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.